Hi, I'm Alicia from Wireless World Forum, and we're here today with Anuj Khanna from Tanla to talk about their new mobile payment technology, Pay for It. Hi Anuj, how are you?
Hi, I'm very well. Thank you for having me here. Thanks.
That's fine. So when people think about mobile payment, one of the biggest images that comes to their minds might be Japanese kids paying for Coca-Cola with their mobile phones. But that's in the Asian market. So what's the UK and Europe market like at the moment?
Well, the UK market and the European market has a proven business model for mobile payments. People are used to paying for music and content downloads like games, ringtones, logos, more recently videos with the mobile phone. They're not as comfortable paying for other services as yet because they've not really experienced. So there is initial acceptance of paying for car parking with your mobile phone. So this is one of the first services which has taken off apart from digital services. But increasingly, consumers have been trained over a period of time to use a mobile phone to pay for content. And this will migrate into paying for other services.
Are there any hurdles, though, that you can see to this becoming a success in the market?
Well, this is not the first time a mobile payments initiative has been launched. So I'll just clarify firstly what Pay for It is. Pay for It is a cross-network UK-only mobile payments framework where consumers can pay for goods and services anywhere between 10 pence to 10 pounds. And this is a service which is supported by all the operators, all the big operators in the UK, and they have chosen specific payment intermediaries. Tanla Mobile, my company, is one of the payment intermediaries which will enable merchants to launch such services. So going back to your question about hurdles for mobile payments, I think the market is educated enough over a long period of time for using the phones to pay for services. Now, there is a migration period where people will have a change in perception of using the mobile phone beyond voting for Big Brother or downloading music and paying for physical goods. And I think it won't be a hurdle, but it would be a period of up to 1 year or more till the mass market starts adopting the service. Now, in the past, there was an initiative called SimPay, which was launched, and it was a similar initiative like Pay for It, but it was going to work on a cross-European basis. And unfortunately, it didn't go through because it was an initiative between many big operators, and for several commercial and probably political reasons, it didn't take off. Now, that's the one which had failed. But the key difference here is that this is not a grand scheme to cover the entire Europe or the global kind of scale of services. This is purely focused in the UK market. The UK operators already work through the MDA, the Mobile Data Association, to provide cross-network short codes for premium SMS services. So it's just a migration from premium SMS to premium WAP. And instead of users having a clunky experience where they text in, exit a WAP session, and they come back in to pay by premium SMS, they will now have the convenience of clicking and buying. So consumer acceptance, which traditionally would have been thought as a barrier to this technology, would not be as bad as people may perceive it to be. And the reason I say that is that consumers are already paying for content using their phone, and worldwide it's a $22 billion market. So this is a proven business model.
Okay, so in the past, I believe that merchants have been concerned that when a consumer makes a transaction, they end up paying 20 to 30% of the transaction amount to the operator. What does this mean for Pay for It? Where does Pay for It fit between this line?
Well, it's still the same as in for Pay for It as well. It's you can be paid up to 80% revenue share on many operators, probably more on some. But yeah, the average industry average on a worldwide basis when you use a mobile payment technology is that you receive about 60 to 70%, or in some cases 85% revenue share from the mobile operator. Now, compared to credit card, yes, this is still higher. Credit cards normally charge you between 5 or 10%, or can be less if you're a very high volume transaction company. But the key difference is that when you're using a mobile phone for mobile payments, the response you get for transactions is much, much higher than what it is for using credit card as a payment mechanism. So if you compare revenue share, yes, you will earn more money on a credit card. If you compare response and volumes of transaction, you will earn much, much more revenues using mobile payments from the operators, whether it's pay for it or premium SMS. Now, there is always room for the operators giving more money to the content providers. But where we started off a few years back was that the model was that content providers only got 50% or they only got 60%, and so it's creeped up to quite a lot. And I think in the future there'll be a downward pressure where revenue shares to content providers would increase.
So you've already sort of told us a little bit about pay for it, but could you explain more about exactly how it works?
Yes, I can explain about how it works.